Hello, everyone. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, it's Cheryl Arkle.
And Jane Tara.
This is our usual 2 p.m. segment. Now, we're having a few issues today. As you probably all know, Facebook has decided that we're a news site. It's really nice to be compared with, Rupert Murdoch, isn't it?
It's crazy, isn't it, what's happening today to so many people, not just to us, but it's big.
The positive is that people understand that new releases and knowing about new books is news. Well, maybe it is. And maybe it is better than the news that we're currently getting. But anyway, we're going to get through this hiccup. It is a hiccup.
Yeah.
We're back up in a couple of days.
Yeah.
And so what we're doing to kind of still talk to you about what's new is we're streaming on our Better Eating Kids page because apparently that's not a news site. Hello. People already.
Tracy. Hi.
So I don't know. We are live on Facebook. I think some of you can see us and some of you can't. So we don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are here. Look at us. We show up anyway.
Let us know. Are you here in Australia and you can see us on the adults page? I mean, it's really we're a bit confused about it all. But I know we get a lot of readers overseas too. So hello to them as well.
We're so happy to see you. We are so happy because we didn't know whether we were going to get comments. So Tracy, hi Tracy. Tracy, you on the adult page? And are you seeing us? Hi Carolyn. Hi Alison. You're live on Facebook. We are live on Facebook. So we don't know what's happening. Mary, Tracy's reading an arc of The Emporium of the Imagination. So is that from us? By Tabitha Bird. That's by somebody else.
Do you
know
fantastic. Bird, though?
Yeah, great. Okay, so hello and welcome. It appears that we are live on some channels and our lives on not. I don't know. We don't know how it's working. But we are live on YouTube and we were live earlier on Instagram. Yeah. Now, listen, another thing I want to tell you. Are you listening, Jane?
I am.
Oh, you are listening? Okay.
Just have a nap while you're talking then.
Another thing I wanted to tell you is that because our Facebook is skew-if at the moment, we're going to be sending out our weekly newsletter daily rather than weekly. So we're not going to spam you. It's just that we're trying to give you that information that we would normally have given you on Facebook via the newsletter. So please bear with us because once we're up and running again, which we will be, we'll go down to once a week because we know you don't like too many emails. What else are we doing? Oh, we are launching a podcast called Book Chat.
Because we just like to talk.
Yeah, Jane and I will be talking about new releases for about 15 to 20 minutes every day and releasing a daily podcast just to sustain those appetites of all you book readers out there.
Yeah, so tomorrow.
Listen, we are so happy. Danielle is in Tassie and can see you on the Better Eating Kids Facebook page. Thank you, Dan.
Great.
Yeah, Mary, yes, it is confusing. Amila, hi from the Central Coast. Tracy thinks that she's on the adult page. Anyway, whatever. We love you and thanks for visiting. What else have we got? Alison, you've only appeared on the kids page for me in Australia. Yeah. Okay, so that's what we think is happening. And we'll keep scrolling and getting through. But thank you so much for those that are joining us. Okay, shall we get started?
Yes. Yeah.
Imitator. I'm going to talk about this.
Great
is that
cover.
Not the most beautiful cover?
Love it.
Set during World War II, The Imitator. It's exquisitely written. It's a suspenseful tale of espionage. Perfect for the John le Carré reader. Really like this and really liked how beautiful it is. Rebecca Stafford is the author and that's out now. Okay, what do you got?
Well, this one, Light Seekers, and I'm sorry about the pronunciation. Femi Coyote, I think is the author's name. Femi Coyote.
I'm going to hold the book for you because you never get that part right. That's okay.
Just it's a little bit left right.
She's so good at so many things. I am so good. But not at this.
Directions. I'm very bad at directions. Don't ever get lost with me.
Yeah.
It's 3 young students are brutally murdered in a university town and their killings are caught on social media. This is a really, really great thriller that everyone in the office is talking about because we weren't quite sure of some of the twists and turns that were coming up and it's like kept us all on our toes. So Light Seekers, grab this one if you're after a good thriller.
Okay, so Alison said we're on her kids page. Carolyn Manners says, I'm on YouTube now. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're going to be live on YouTube every week anyway. And she did manage to catch a few minutes on Facebook. So, as we said,
we want you to come onto YouTube.
Yeah,
actually,
we do.
We're going to keep putting stuff on YouTube.
We do.
Yeah.
Okay, Girl A, hey, so many of you have read Girl A. A lot of hype on this book. It's so much beautifully written, incredibly powerful. Girl A is a story of redemption, horror, survival, and love. And I recorded a podcast with her. Is that out yet, Jasmine, that podcast? Not yet, but it's coming soon.
Yeah.
And it really is good. And she's been on the bestseller list, hasn't she?
I think
for a
they're
while.
turning that into a film. It's
And I
huge.
think so. Yeah, huge. She
yeah.
was such a delight to chat with.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go.
Mm.
All right, what do you got?
Well, I've already discussed this on Instagram, but I'll ask you again. Did you know about my fascination with polygamists?
Can we talk? I didn't know she was fascinated.
No, look, I just fall down the rabbit hole watching documentaries sometimes. So this is a polygamist. Blake Nelson built his homestead on a hidden stretch of land where he lived with his 3 wives, and then they're all accused. Well, someone has murdered him, and it's which one of them. So really fascinating, great thriller, but there are some really interesting themes around domestic abuse and religion and stuff underneath that. So it actually has a lot of depth. I actually started reading it and I didn't put it down till I'd finished the whole thing. Yeah.
Okay, Julietta Henderson, I'm watching you on YouTube. So welcome everybody. I know a lot of you can't see us, those that for some reason their Facebook's not working.
Julietta's book.
Oh gosh, Julietta's book. Here we go. Oh, there you go. Well,
but everyone knows that, you know, we love this here. Yeah, right. Norman Foreman. The funny thing about Norman Foreman, if you're looking for a character with so much humour and heart, Norman. I rave about Norman. I love him so much, and his mother, actually. Yeah. So really, really well written book, and the author's watching us on YouTube at the moment.
Yeah, fantastic. There you go. Helen Fields. Well, she was fantastic. We had an event with her last night. Is that your phone?
It really is. I'm really sorry about that. Turn it off.
Yes,
Jasmine.
Or put it on silent. Okay, so The Shadow Man. Helen was on Meet the Author Live last night at 8 p.m. I mean, she was magnificent. She spoke so well of writing and the writing experience, didn't she?
Yeah, she's a real pro, isn't she?
She really, it was such an interesting segment. And interesting, a lot of you I know joined, and it was fantastic. So so hopefully when we're back up, you can join those segments, and we'll have other vehicles for live segments as well.
The interesting thing about that event last night with her, and I just found her so fascinating, this book petrified me. Yeah. Like it really did, really frightened me, and yet I'll read her next one because she's so great.
Yeah. Wow, there you go. So that's Helen Fields, and that was her previous book. Yeah. Okay, recorded a fabulous podcast with the Schoolgirl Strangler last night. The other day, not last night, but it is out now. And Catherine was so wonderful to chat with. And you know, our podcasts, they're just so popular.
They really are.
We get so many great comments, and I know that you guys love them. And thank you for your support. We will put the link up to our iTunes podcast. It's called Stories Behind the Story, but you can listen to them through any podcast provider. Okay.
Or on the website. You can go onto our website, and we have links on the website as well. Fantastic. So Second Son, Lorraine Peck. Okay, so Lorraine actually has a little bit of a history with sort of some gang criminal someone in her past, actually an ex-husband, so she is vocal about that. She talks about that. And she mined that experience for this absolutely fantastic debut crime thriller set in Western Sydney, and it really is kind of Underbelly meets The Godfather. It's absolutely a page turner. I loved this, and so well written. Actually, it's a little different.
Okay, KSC, nice to see you guys currently reading The Imitator. Oh, fantastic. Yeah. We're just talking about that. Jane Harvey is reading After You by Jojo Moyes.
Juliet says, yeah, thank you so much.
It's so touching. I think I'm going to cry. I'm feeling very emotional today. It's been a big day, a really big day. Marilyn Hicks is reading What's a Sanatorium, just bought it for my daughter. She's not reading it, but wants to read it, wants to know, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, we haven't. We'll look it up.
We'll look it up. And Caroline Manners, she's about to start Gravity is the Thing by Jacqueline Moriarty for book club. Yay. Tell us what you're reading. What else have we got?
Okay.
And
And
I had dinner with Lin.
Yeah, you said that. I would love to have dinner with him.
Yeah, really
I
interesting
love
guy.
his books.
Yeah,
like
he's a good
it's
writer.
like watching a Hollywood film. It's so visual. I told you that his last one, Elevator Pitch, I used the stairs for 3 months. Like I just couldn't get into an elevator.
It's a weight loss
afterwards.
book.
Yeah.
Not a crime.
I'm going to read it again then. Yeah. But this one is an electrifying thriller in which the heirs of a dying tech millionaire are mysteriously eliminated one by one. It's the same sort of thing. If you know Linwood Barclay, you know you just start, you cannot stop. It's just this like full-on pace that he has in his books with really compelling characters, and this is no different. Yeah.
Okay, Tracy Anderson is, what's she doing? It looks like you've been reading a lot of thrillers lately. Yes, Jane has reading a lot. Yes.
Yeah.
Sue is currently reading The Warmth of Other Suns and Disillusion by C.J. Sanson. Okay, tell us what you're reading. Here we go. This is beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? I think it matches your top, actually.
It does.
It does. The 100 Years of Letty and Margot. Really lovely book by Marianne Cronin. It's a beautiful story of friendship and love, and a big-hearted and life-affirming read that will break your heart and put it back together again. It's really one of those books that I think is a good pandemic book.
Yeah.
Because it's so feel-good, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I love when authors really get older female characters, right? You know, and she certainly does in this.
Yeah. Julietta she was lucky enough to get an ARC. Hey, should we talk about?
Yeah.
Let's talk about our preview program because this is a good time to be talking about it. You can review books for us, all you people out there, all you lovely people. All you need to do is subscribe to our newsletter, which is going daily for the next week or so. And that's when we have books on offer for you to review. So we might have 50 books, 60 books, and what it is everybody registers and then we do a draw.
Well, it's a number generator, actually.
It's a number generator.
That chooses who gets to preview it. Yeah.
And then we contact you and then you review and send us a review. So anyone can participate.
Yeah.
You don't have to, you do have to register for each book, but there's not like a general mailing list. All you have to do is subscribe to our weekly newsletter.
Yeah, and that's on the top right-hand corner of our website. Yeah. So just go on there and subscribe.
Tracy says she loves that cover art, and I think she's talking about that. Yeah. I do too. And Mary said she's interested in 100 Years, which, I agree. I mean, read it. Okay. Maggie Hamilton's book. Now, these are Jane's notes, right? Not mine, When We Become Strangers. This is really, I recorded a podcast with her, great chat. She wrote this pre-COVID, right? Just saying that we're all just living alone. We're more and more isolated.
Yeah.
And we should be breaking those habits and doing things. And I agree with it so much. It's really just simple little practices just to get you out there. And for all you people at home that are feeling isolated, it's a good podcast, a good book, When We Become Strangers. Just wondering what all these notes are, Jane.
They're reminders for me. Well, because I'll be discussing this more during B at the end of the month. So Better Reading B at the last Tuesday of the month. And we'll be discussing that book because it's really great, actually.
Can I tell you, I'm going to tell you a little story about this. I swim every day. I don't know if you readers know that, but I do. I swim, I try to swim every single day. And I got out of the pool the other day and this woman said, "Oh, are you Cheryl from Better Reading?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she said, "Oh, God, I love Better Reading." She said, "Do you know what I really liked? I like that farmer and his pig." And I think she was talking about Todd.
And now he's goats.
Yeah, and now he's goats. This is Todd Alexander. He wrote a book, first book about the pig, the second book about the goats and the lion. But, he and his partner Jeff doing a tree change, really great book, full of humour. Isn't it funny? It's a great read.
He's so funny. And it is like, when you're stressed out and, all of this whole era, if you're in lockdown or anything, it just is fun. So this is the story of the man and the pig, right? You've got to be kidding. Anyway, Todd is out and about. He's doing so much work out there. So, check out the events list on his podcast and you might be able to see him at your local library or your local bookshop even. Yeah.
Marilyn is reading Champagne War by Fiona McIntosh. We love that. Now, I think that might be it for us today.
It is.
Thank you so much. Sandra is reading Suitcase of Dreams. Can't wait to read Todd Alexander's books as well. Yeah, lovely. Okay, hang on. There's a few more before we go. Donna is reading My Life by Bill Clinton. Wow, that's a big one. And Sue recently read The Ark of the Jigsaw Man. Amazing and very scary, but would highly recommend. Be warned, Jane, don't read it late at night.
Or I'll be putting it in the car afterwards. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you so much for joining us today. Continue the conversation amongst yourselves. We're going to be back next week, and we'll see you then.